Hello everyone, this is Manzoa from ManiFx.net, and I'm extremely happy to welcome you today again on the continuation of my video tutorials on Geo Renko System. And this is video number 2 on Geo Renko System version 3.0. It took me some time to release the second video after the first video. If you have not watched the first video, the link is in the description under this video. And basically on the first video, it is explained about my Forex journey, as well as the comparison between the normal charts and the Geometric Renko charts. And it took me some time because there were some things I needed to adjust in order to have the highest level of accuracy on delivering the signal, as well as there are some indicators I needed to change. So I changed the buyer's power and the seller's power, as well as the regression channel. So basically right now, and more on that, I was focusing on delivering a system which was actually loss proof, and the system which actually is not going to make you to concentrate so much time on your laptop. So once you get a signal, maybe on Monday, you might close it maybe on Tuesday or on Wednesday, depending on the on the status of the market. And in most cases, I don't want you to keep on checking again and again, just in case maybe there is a certain movement of the market and so forth. So I was focusing more on making the system in a way that it does not need you to spend much time on your screen. And even if you get the profits, you can still lock your profits at a very bigger distance compared to the previous buyer's power and the seller's power that we had. And moreover, right now, the regression channel is not just a straight line. It's actually giving you a certain curve telling you the direction of the market prior to the movement of the market, rather than before, which was just the straight line. So let's just jump back to the screen, and we're going to do the installation process. And this tutorial actually focuses only on the installation process, and the following tutorials are going to be on further things like when to buy, when to sell, and what are the best pairs that you should trade. It's not the best pairs that you should trade with my Geo Renko system. My Geo Renko system works with any pair that you want to trade, or any indices, commodities, digital currencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. But there are some pairs that actually will give you much quicker profits depending on their volatility, as well as their movement in a way that it just gives you bigger margin compared to other pairs. But we'll dive deep into that. But for now, let's just focus on the installation process. So on this chart, back to the chart here, this is actually a chart which is actually done before, but I'm going to start from scratch. So let us just choose any chart. So for instance, let me pick up, okay, USD Mexican peso. This is one of the pairs that I trade the most, and it actually has the high volatility. So I'm going to close this one, as well as I'm going to close M1. Okay, so let me, so the very first thing is that the installation process, you do it only on each pair, you only do it once. Okay, so, but I'm advising you that you should not open up so many pairs. So you should just open up some few pairs, because if you open up so many pairs, and maybe your laptop or your computer is got minimum configurations, especially RAM, you'll find out the system starts freezing. But at the end of the day, is that I'm going to give you the list of pairs that you should just focus on, which are going to give you quicker profits compared to other pairs due to volatility. So let us begin the process. So in order to do the installation, first of all, from the downloaded file that you have from the link in the description. So basically, if you want to download the system, the link is on the description, and you get a zipped file. Okay, and just to remind you before I continue that subscribe to my channel, Succeed Today, and you can just put on the notification bell so that you get the notification whenever I upload a new video. And this time I'm going to upload videos more regularly. After I finish out this series of tutorials on Geo Renko System version 3.0, I'll be giving out some tips and tricks and some insights when it comes to trading, and I'm going to compare some things on the normal charts and the Geo Renko charts and so forth. So I'll be uploading my videos regularly, at least twice a week. Keep the notification bell so that you'll get all these notifications. So back to the installation process. So after downloading the system, in which the link is on the description, you'll get 3 files, as I'll show here. After downloading the zipped file, we are going to get a folder which is written of ManiFx Geo Renko System version 3.0, and inside it you're going to get the experts, the indicators, and the template. So the installation process, the first step is to copy all these files, and then you put on the respective folders of experts, indicators, and templates on your MT4. So what you do, or you just go to the experts, and then you copy the contents, and then I'm going to show you where you're going to paste them. And then you go back to the indicators on the downloaded files. You copy all these five files, and then you paste them on the respective indicators folder on your MT4. So make sure that once you download it, you're going to have 5 indicators, which is buyer's power, Fourier forecast, regression channel, seller's power, and the support and resistance. So basically, the buyer's power and the seller's power are the indicators that we use to deliver the signal to buy or to sell. And then the Fourier forecast, it tells us the future of the market. And then the regression channel tells us the current trend of the market. And then we have the support and resistance indicator, which actually gives us the support level and the resistance level in the market. Okay, so what you do, and then the last folder, we have the templates. So you copy these templates, and then you paste them where I'm going to direct you. So copy these, you can just copy the individual files, or what you can do, you can copy the folders. So first copy the 2 folders, the experts and the indicators, because they reside under the same folder. And then this template, it is on this under the different path. Okay, so copy the experts and the indicators, or the individual files within it. So you just right-click, and then you say copy, and then you go to your MT4, and then go to File, and then open data folder. Once you open File, open data folder path, you're going to go to the MQL4 folder, and then inside the MQL4 folder, you'll find the folder of experts as well as the indicators. So the first two folders you copy from the downloaded folder, and then you paste them here. So you can right-click, and then you can you can paste here. But it says replace the files and destination because they're already here. But at the end of the day, when you paste here, you're going to overwrite. You're not going to disturb any other indicators that you meet them here. So I'm going to replace the files. And then you can see the experts here. And when you go to experts, you'll find out of ManiFx Renko Builder Expert. So this Renko Builder Expert is a robot which actually converts the normal chart into the Geo Renko chart. Okay. And when I just want to remind you, when I say Geo Renko chart, or I use the term Geo Renko, it's actually the short term of Geometric Renko, because my system I developed based on geometric mathematics. Okay, so we go back here, and then under indicators, make sure that you have pasted these indicators. As I said, there have to be 5 of them. So you make sure that all these 5 indicators that I've mentioned, they are here. And then go to templates and then copy the template file from your downloaded file and then paste it here, and then it's going to be here. Okay, so that is the first thing. Now we're going to do the installation process on each pair. Okay, so as an example, I chose the USD Mexican peso. So you go back to your MT4. Okay, so what you need to do, you're going to select a pair that you want to trade, and then so what you do here, you just select the pair that you're going to trade. So as I said, as an example, I'm choosing USD Mexican peso. So I'm just going to right-click and then say new chart window. So here we're going to build the Renko chart. So this is the normal chart. We're going to build something like this, which is what we call the Geo Renko chart. Okay. So on the normal chart that comes with MT4, make sure that you select M1. So we are selecting M1 charts because we're going to collect data from the minimal time frame, which is actually M1. So every tick movement of the market, we're going to capture it, and then we're going to dump that data on a Renko chart, which is what we call the offline chart. So the normal chart is the online chart. So we are using M1 because we are collecting data from the minimal time frame of the market. Okay, so basically we're going to take every tick of the movement of the market, so from the M1 chart, and then you're going to dump that data on the Renko chart, which we call it offline chart. The M1 chart is the online chart, so which we capture the data, and then the offline chart is the Renko. This is the Renko chart, which we interpret the data by doing the technical analysis. And the technical analysis is automatically done. So the only manual thing that you're going to do is to press buy or sell according to what the system is telling you. Because on my system, you are trading what you see. You don't trade your sentiments. So the other thing is that the good thing about my system, why I'm saying you trade what you see, first of all, another thing that you should never worry about is the economic news. I normally get this question that how do I deal with economic news? My system, you don't need to deal with economic news at all because it does everything for you. Okay, so you can even get the signal prior to the market move, okay, due to the economic news. So I don't even remember the last time I checked the economic calendar. So let's go back here. So after selecting the M1, the next step is that make sure that the scroll tabs are deselected. So, or they are inactive, because if we make them active, it means that we cannot scroll back to get some history. And this data actually which we capture the history, we need to take at least 2 months of data. So like this is February 2021. So it means that I'm going to get data of at least December 2020. Okay. The third thing, make sure that the auto trading button is active, because if we don't activate this, it means that we cannot take the data from the online chart to the offline chart. And then to make the process faster, what you can do, you can just zoom out so that the chart becomes more compressed. And then the next step is that you need to press the home key continuously so that it just slides back the data to at least 2 months. It went fast because this chart was already created. So, if if it is the first time that you create a chart, it may take maybe like 5 seconds. Okay. And then the following step is that we need to put the Renko builder, which actually builds the Renko chart. So I'm going to drag the expert advisor, which is the Renko builder, and then drop it on the chart. And then this window will appear. So the first tab is the common tab, whereby you have to allow the DLL imports as well as the allow the input of external experts. Okay, so these two tabs, we allow them because they are external files that we are capturing. Because they are external files that we use to capture the data from the normal chart to the offline chart. And then the other thing is that make sure that you allow the live trading. So this actually is allowed automatically because we allowed the auto trading button here. Okay, and then after that, the next step is on the setting on the input tab, and this one actually do it again once, okay, per pair. So the starting price, what is the starting price? Starting price is the list price according to the format of the price of that instrument or of that asset. So what does it mean? For instance, when we check the price on USD Mexican peso here, first of all, the format of the price is it has 2 digits before the decimal place. Okay, so the listed 2 digits number is actually 10. Okay, why we are using this? Because why shouldn't we put 1? Because we are just limiting the amount of data to capture, because otherwise it's going to measure data from very far. So for instance, like we are trading, let's say gold, which actually starts with 1,000. And then once we put 1, it means that we have to count from 1 to 1,000 and going above, okay, which is actually wastage of time and wastage of resources. So what we're going to do is that we're going to check the format of the price of that instrument or of that asset, and then we're going to take the list number according to how many digits are before the decimal place. So for instance, that if the price is written in 2 digits before decimal place, it means that the listed price or the starting price is going to be 10, because 10 is the least, is the least 2-digit number. So for instance, let's say we are trading GBP, JPY, or we're trading any JPY pairs, which is actually written in 3 digits before decimal place. So the least 3-digit number is 100. So if it was JPY pair like USD JPY or GBP JPY, it means that we're going to put starting price as 100, because the price of JPY pairs is written in 3 digits before the decimal place. Okay, so let's assume that we have other pairs like GBP AUD. Okay, so at the end of the day, GBP AUD only has 1 digit before decimal place. So we're going to put 1, because 1 is the least number. Because 1 is the least 1-digit number. Okay, but if it was gold, because gold is written in 4 digits before decimal place, so it means that the least 4-digit number is going to be 1,000. So, but we have some special case. For instance, Euro GBP is actually starting with a 0. So all the starting price, it has to be 0. So as simple as that. So on USD Mexican peso, we're going to put 10, because the price is written in 2 digits before decimal place. And then what is the Renko box size? Okay, the Renko box size is the how many pips which are going to be represented per each bar. Okay, the key thing is that most of pairs that we are going to trade are actually using 48 as the Renko box size. So, and most of the pairs that I trade are GBP pairs, because GBP pairs have higher volatility compared to other pairs. So most of the pairs that we're going to use are going to be 48. But there are some pairs which are actually most tradable, but the volatility is not as much as GBP pairs. So it means that we're going to put the Renko box size as 32. For instance, Euro USD, USD CAD, and then maybe Euro NZ, maybe NZD USD and things like that, or USD JPY. So we have to keep it as a Renko box size equal to 32. But all the GBP pairs, and of course later on I'm going to give you the list of pairs that you should focus on trading. You should not trade everything, because some of the pairs you might get a signal today and the next signal you're going to get the next week, which is actually is not feasible enough to trade. Okay, and the movement will actually be slow. Okay, so I'm advising you that most of the I'm going to give you the list later, but most of the pairs that we're going to trade are going to be GBP pairs. So like a GBP AUD, GBP NZD, and then a GBP JPY, and GBP Canadian dollar, and so sort of things like that. So, but for a special scenario like USD Mexican is actually the biggest USD Mexican is one of the pairs that has very big spread. So at the end of the day is that we are going to put that Renko box size is equal to 800. So one bar is going to be 800 movement of price. Okay. And then box shift percentage. If you check my previous tutorials, the shift percentage, I was putting it 12.5. Okay. But at the end of the day, after thorough study, I realized that for some quick movements of the market, you'll find that the 12.5 was actually quicker to do that movement. So I increased the shift percentage to 17. So this will be 17, and then size is going to be 0, and then Renko time frame is going to be 10. And then this is another thing that I'm commonly asked by people, that I say the normal charts are governed by 3 parameters, which is time, volume, as well as price. Okay, when you say volume, it means the size of the candlestick. And then the price, we have it here, and then the time, we have it here. But when it comes to Renko charts, whether it's a standard Renko chart that you have experienced before, or it is my geometric Renko chart, which is actually very, very unique, you'll find that the Renko time frame is actually 10, which is actually a virtual time frame, which is actually not on the list of time frames here. So at the end of the day is that once we keep the time frame equivalent to 10, this is actually the time frame that we just virtually use it to derive the Renko chart, but it has nothing to do with the time which is actually on the chart. That's why when you open the Renko chart, you'll find that this time frame here is inactive. Okay. This show weeks, we're going to keep it true, because whether we keep it false or true, the final template is not showing the weeks. Okay, and then the number of maximum bars is how many bars we see on our chart. We're going to keep it 50,000. Okay, and then the other parameters, leave them as they are, true and false. So just coming back here, the starting price will depend on the format of the price. So if it is 2-digit number before decimal place, we're going to put 10. If it is a 3-digit number before decimal place, you're going to put 100 as the starting price. If it is 4 digits before decimal place, we are going to put 1,000 as the starting price. But if your price is starting with 1, it means you're going to put it 1. But if your price is starting with 0, you're going to put it as 0. And then with the Renko box size, for all the GBP pairs, keep it as 48. And that is in fact the standard one, because when I say the standard one, it means that it is enough for trading in a way that you're not going to spend a lot of time on the screen, which I think a lot of traders, they don't want that. So a signal maybe may last maybe a day, maybe 2 days or 3 days, or maybe sometimes 4 days, depending on the nature of the market. Okay, but when you're trading gold, you will come to realize that it goes much quicker compared to the forex pairs that we have. Okay, but I'm going to give you, let's say, like when you are trading Euro USD and other pairs, keep it at as a 32. But I'm going to show you also how to determine the best Renko box size. So, but at the end of the day is that for almost all the pairs, the standard is 48. But when the spread is much bigger, we're going to put 800. But this is USD Mexican peso, so keep it at 100. But I'm going to elaborate more later how to choose the best Renko box size. And then the shift percentage is 17 for anything that you are trading, whether it's an index, or it's a commodity, or it's a digital currency, or the normal forex currency. You just keep it as a 17. And then the Renko box offset, keep it 0. And then the time frame, keep it 10. Also, it asks for any pair or any instrument that you're trading. So the only two parameters which are actually different from each pair is the starting price as well as the Renko box size, but the rest of other parameters remain the same. So after that, you just click OK. So once you click OK, you make sure that you have two of the things. Okay, so one, you're going to get a message here which actually tells us that now we can open an offline chart. I think the market right now is closed because it's midnight already. But what I was saying is that you're going to get you're going to get this message which says Renko live chart 48 at shifted at 17%, open on offline chart M10 to view the chart. Okay, and then the other thing is that just behind this video here, you'll find that there's a smiling emoji. So once you see the smiling emoji, it means that you have set everything okay on your M1 in order to develop the M10 chart. Okay, but if you have a sad emoji, it means that there was something wrong on your on your M1. We did not tick the two parameters that I showed you. Okay, so what you do in order to go back there to make those changes, you just double click on that emoji and then it takes you back to that window and then you're going to make those changes. So after you get this message, let me go back here. Yeah, because the market is right now closed and it is Friday, midnight already. That's why I don't get that message as I just showed you on the other pair. Okay, so after that, you just go to File and then Open Offline. And then you're going to select the respective M10 chart of the chart that you developed on the M1. So for instance, we developed a USD Mexican peso. So it means that you're going to find the USD Mexican peso M10. So if you opened on M1 Euro USD, it means that you're going to seek for M10 of Euro USD. Okay, do not open maybe Euro USD M1 and then you are seeking to open USD card, something like that. So after, because we created the chart from M1 of USD Mexican, it means that on this window, you're going to choose USD Mexican M10 and then you just click open and then something like this pops up. Okay, so this is actually what we call the Geometric Renko chart. It's not like the standard Renko chart that you saw maybe in other systems that you have seen before on internet. So once you open M10 charts of that respective pair, it means once you get this, it means that right now you have actually succeeded in creating your Geo Renko chart. So the last step you're going to do is putting the template. So the good thing about putting a template, if I were to give you this system and then I give you all the indicators and then I had to show you the parameters on each indicator, what you have to put. But at the end of the day is that with a template, what it does, all the parameters that I have put on the whole system, they are going to be compiled together and then saved as a template. So it's going to be much easier. You just call the template and everything is there for you. So once you just call the template, and then I'm going to click on this template, which is Geo Renko System version 3.0. And then something like this pops up. So once you see something like this, it means that now everything is well set up on your system. Okay, so as you want to confirm all the indicators that you have, so you can right-click and then click on indicators list. And then you're going to see there's a Fourier forecast, support and resistance, regression channel, seller's power, as well as the buyer's power. So all the 5 indicators are there. So it means that at this point, we have succeeded in creating our Geometric Renko chart, as well as put all the indicators in place. Okay, so this is the seller's power in pink, and then this is buyer's power in blue. And then as you can see, this curve here is the regression channel. This red line is actually the future line, or we call the Fourier forecast, which actually tells us the future of the market. So the beautiful thing about my system is that, first of all, it tells you the current trend of the market. As you can see, that it tells us that the market is actually falling down. And then as soon as the last bar it is shown, it will tell you that where the market will go, okay, in the future. So in case of any news and all that, it will just tell you, maybe due to news right now, the market will go in this opposite direction, okay? And then these bars, the way I just created them in a very beautiful manner, in a way that once the market starts falling, the system will automatically start painting the pink bars, okay? And then once the market starts rising, it will automatically start painting the blue bars. Okay, so it means that once you see the blue bars, it means that the market is bullish. And then once you start seeing the pink bars, it means that the market is bearish. Okay, now we have the buyer's power and the seller's power. What they do, in fact, these two indicators we are using to give us the, in fact, the buyer's power and the seller's power, where I'm pointing down here, they are the indicators that we use to give us the signal whether to buy or to sell. And how does it work? When you see, as I say, that the market, when the market starts falling, it will start painting the pink bars, okay? And automatically, when the market starts falling, it means that the pink line or the pink wave will be above the blue line or the blue wave, which means if it will be above the blue line, if the pink line will be above the blue line, it means that now the sellers are more powerful than the buyers. That's why the sellers are now on top, okay? And then it will continue like that until the intersection happens. So for example, at this point here, you can see that the blue bar, the blue line is above the pink line, which means the buyers are more powerful than the sellers. And then when the market reaches the optimum level of the reversal of the market, what does it do? The sellers are now becoming more powerful than the buyers. So right away, you can now start selling the moment you exit the previous buy position. So the beautiful thing about my system is that once you close the previous buy position, right away you open the sell position. Similarly, when you close the sell position, it means that the next position is going to be buy position, which means when it's like it's just like on and off switch. It means that once I switch off the sell position, I'm going to switch on the buy position and vice versa. So the good thing about my system is that, first of all, compared to normal pairs, compared to the normal charts, you don't need to maybe wait for the setup to buy or to sell, and then you start waiting for the candle. Maybe you have to understand the names of the candles. When I see this, I see that, then only I have to buy or I have to sell. No, it does not work like that. And the other great thing about my system is that, first of all, it is non-repainting. And the second thing is it does not lag. But most of the indicators or most of the system that you see in the market, they may either lag or they may be repainting. So in fact, it took me a very long time. In fact, I developed this system for literally 5 years. And one of the key things I was really working hard on is to make the system non-repainting as well as non-lagging system. Okay, so, and I thank God that I managed that, and right now the system does not repaint and it does not lag. So in other words, why I'm saying it's loss-proof system, in a way that, first of all, you are not going to miss any, you're not going to get any false signal. That's the one thing I love about this system. And then the second thing is that you're not going to lag on the signal, or you're not going to get the repainted signals. Okay, so the thing is that, for instance, here we got a sell signal, and then let it open. No matter how much it goes up, it goes down, maybe due to news, it goes up, it goes down, but maintain that signal until intersection happens of the buyer's power and the seller's power. So once this intersection happens, it means the seller's power will become below the buyer's power, which means buyer's power will be above the seller's power, and it means that now buyers will be more powerful than the sellers, and hence we are going to go bullish. Okay, so for instance, let's say I want to point out some things. For instance, let's say here it was a buy from this point. Okay, this was just a retracement. Maybe it was just some pips and all that, but maybe other people who are using other indicators on other system would have sold here. But at the end of the day, you can see that the blue line is still above the pink line. Okay, so at this point, we wouldn't take a sell. You just let it go. Okay, and then I'm going to aware to close at this point because intersection of the buyer's power and the seller's power happened here. Okay, so at the end of the day, at this point, it means I close the buy position and then open up right away sell position. So once you just open before you open the sell position, make sure that you have one full pink bar so that you're going to sell. Okay, so further to my tutorials, I'm going to explain further on buying and sell process. I'm going to give you the list of pairs that you should trade. I'm going to give you so many insights on how you can use my system profitably for your trading experience. And again, to download this system, the link is on the description of this video down here. And the other thing is that you can download this system at any time. And for those who actually got maybe my version 1 and version 2 and have not got this version 3.0, you can just reach me out on my WhatsApp number. I put it down there, or my Telegram number. It's the same number. You can get down there, and then I'm going to send you the files via email or via WhatsApp. But I'm sure almost all the clients I sold this system, they got the version 3.0, and the good thing is that I have quite great feedback from the clients who are actually using this version 3.0. So subscribe to my channel, and the channel is actually called Succeed Today. As you can see here, it is written. So I've written here tutorials on YouTube channel Succeed Today, and then on my channel, you're not just going to get the use of my system and all that, but at the end of the day, I also put some motivational videos on some other playlists so that you can also get some other things which are actually going to uplift you in an entrepreneurship journey. Okay, and then I'm going to soon open a closed WhatsApp group whereby I'm going to help everybody who has actually been in this Geo Renko community, that even if you're out of the screen, but people can still give you the signal, and then you can continue trading while you're not accessing your laptop. And this system actually works on MT4 only. It's not working on MT5. I've not started yet the development for MT5. Even if you are using a broker who is only giving MT5, I can give you in my later tutorials how you can plug in any kind of MT4 on any broker. Let's say I'm using broker A, but at the end of the day, I'm connecting maybe to broker B. But at the end of the day, even if I'm using broker A, I can still use my cell phone, whereby I'm putting the MT4 there, and then I'm just opening up the trades and I'm closing the trades, but I'm going to put my MT4 system on the other broker. Okay, so other than that, thank you very much. This is Nzoa from ManiFx.net, and keep watching our tutorials and subscribe to our channel Succeed Today, and more tutorials are coming. Thank you kindly.